everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, your favorite YouTube harpy, and we have an update on that horrendously awful Esquire magazine article from the 13th, where basically Matt Miller spent about a few paragraphs of this article just basically dredging out and rebashing and bringing up and reopening all the old wounds from the months and months and months of basically the toxic studios going out of their way to demonize and insult and beat up verbally all of the fans of Star Wars The Last Jedi. So, you know, if you guys aren't familiar, let's take a look at his Esquire article. I'm sure you guys probably all have heard me rant, Doomcock rant, World Class Bullshitters, all of us, that Star Wars girl. We have all been completely ranting about this. And yeah, it's kind of to the point where when we get news like this, that he is actually definitely 100% a shill, despite the fact that he went out of his way in his second article here, where he says, I called out the Star Wars toxic fans, they proved my point. No, you're a toxic media site, you're one of those toxic garbage tier media sites. You didn't prove anything. You just proved our point that Disney has this narrative that they're throwing out there that they want the news media, the article sites, the magazine sites to run with, that the fans are to blame. When in fact, you cannot go around insulting your customer base like that. You cannot do that. Are you fucking stupid? I know you own everything, and I know there's a lot of stupid people out there who just blindly believe everything they read in these articles. But there's a lot of awesome good people, and of course, total shout out to Itchy Bacca over on, what is this, World Press? This is worldpress.com for Disney Star Wars is dumb. And you know what? I don't know if Itchy Bacca is a man or a woman. Itchy Bacca might be a 100-year-old Wookiee jerking off to Diane Carroll in the holiday special in VR for all I know. And you know what? That's fine, because Itchy Bacca actually does the research and actually gets into the meat and the potatoes of the story and doesn't just run with this stupid narrative. So this guy, he complains how many times. Yeah, he finds it hilarious that people get so worked up. And you know, I've made a video on this second article of his. I've made a video on the first article of his. It is just so funny that they're calling him out for being a shill, because he actually is. And oh god, this is what's so frustrating, and this is why I always want to take time to let you guys know what's going on and to update you, because not everybody has the time to kind of dig in and do research like people like Itchy Bacca, who's one of the very, very valued members of the Fandom Menace. And go follow Itchy Bacca on Twitter. I can't even speak today, I get so upset. Let's go ahead and read the article here. This is from December 20th. And it is from, total shout out, go follow this on worldpress.com. Disney Star Wars is dumb. Deconstructing the deconstruction of the Star Wars franchise. I love that title. So the headline, Matt Miller is partnered with Disney. Totally not a clickbait headline, an actual legit real headline. Perhaps you've read my recent blog post where I present evidence that suggests Disney uses its underlings to viciously attack a portion of its fan base in an effort to purge them. Perhaps you dismiss the notion as ridiculous conspiracy poppycock. You'd be wrong. Many readers have likely read or heard about Matt Miller's recent article in Esquire, or articles, where he uses the 1-year anniversary of the release of The Last Jedi to parrot a recap of everything that the garbage tier media has been stupidly saying about critical fans over the last year. I wouldn't even say they're garbage tier. I think they're just owned. They're bought and paid for by these studios. Not only by the studios, but by the under companies of the studios. So many of my readers, oh, I already read that line. So here he is. He kind of looks like a skinny Adam Richman from Man vs. Food, this dude. So this is where it gets interesting. Well, as it turns out, Esquire magazine is owned by Hearst Communications. Right there. Hearst Communications partners with Disney under A&E Networks, especially in their written forums. Especially because you can see right here, they own Esquire. Now, if you scroll down even more, Hearst, the About Us. Disney ABC Television Group, Hearst Corporation, and NBC Universal announced joining of A&E Television Networks and Lifetime Entertainment Services. This is from 2009, but still, they're all kind of one big conglomeration. They're all one big happy family of Hollywood big name, Hollywood and big media. And that is really the source of all of this, is the Hollywood and big media spin that they're trying to demonize, and they're trying to say, you know, they're trying to call out a few fans or a few disgruntled fans as, oh, you're just a racist, you're a sexist, you're a man baby, you're a hater. And that's absolutely not the case with most of us. Yes, you're going to have one or two assholes who are racist and sexist. That's with any franchise. That's with everything. With something like Star Wars or Star Trek or any of these giant sort of too big to fail franchises, they think that it's easier just to I think they don't realize how many people they actually piss off by saying this. Because yes, the majority of people are going to kind of hear this in the background, and you hear enough of this, oh, the fans are toxic, you start to believe it, because it comes from all directions. It comes at you on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, on CNN. They're saying these sort of things. You hear about this. It leaks into our vocabulary, and people start to believe it, whether it's true or not. And then, of course, you're always going to have this sort of these are the people I call they're kind of in the NPC category. They're not 100% full-blown NPCs. They're just people who don't really care or pay attention. And this might have been how I was a few years ago when I heard that a lot of people didn't like movies, but they were probably just, you know, upset that, oh yeah, Ghostbusters ruined my childhood. Well, if Ghostbusters 2016 ruined your childhood, you probably didn't have much of one. Until I started digging in deeper, until I started actually doing my research and actually paying attention to what the actual legit, real sort of news sites and news channels and entertainment channels were saying. Like, oh, they're quoting the same 3 comments that were probably fake in the first place for Ghostbusters 2016. And they seem to be doing the exact same thing with Star Wars The Last Jedi. And it really pisses me off. It is so infuriating that they go out of their way to blanket all the message out there. They're just throwing it everywhere they can, because if you put that out there enough times, it sticks. It's the same thing when you market a television show as the new hit show before it's aired yet, or this is the best movie ever and it's getting all the awards. It's not out yet, you know. And they do this all the time. They've been doing this for decades, and I bring that up because this is a little off topic, but it's sort of related. It's a bit of a tangent, but it's sort of related here. The TV show Friends. I remember being a teenager in the 90s, and I remember hearing the advertisements for the TV show Friends. This is the hottest new sitcom, and everybody loves it, or whatever, however they're marketing it. The number 1 new sitcom. It hadn't aired yet. And this is kind of when I started to really get suspicious of the way people say things, the wording of things, how the message is sent out there. And don't think that the media and television and radio and magazines and all these things don't use that to spin the narrative, to kind of direct people like cattle up to the slaughterhouse to like or dislike a movie, because they absolutely do this 100% of the time. So back to the article here. So once again, Disney underling is viciously attacking its fans with easily discredited lies and distortions. Some readers may remember Matt Miller's previous offerings, and then they go on to list a whole bunch of these. The Star Wars analysis will end the debate about Luke Skywalker's character in The Last Jedi, which I dealt with twice. Wow. Then Matt Miller says, lol, it's a children's movie, folks. No, it's really not. Yes. So Itchy Bacca says, but thanks again for proving my point, Matt. For myself, I'm no longer interested in reading the rants of shills in the legacy media. Yes, I've learned all that I feel I need to about their tactics, which help me compile the phases of a Geekergate. They mostly just regurgitate the same tired and easily discredited talking points anyway. There's really nothing new or original in them at this point, but many others have eloquently responded to Matt Miller's paid ignorance, and I offer their insight to you below. So you see world-class bullshitters, Ethan Van Sciver, yay, Doomcock, awesome, Odin's Movie Blog, all these channels, totally subscribe to. They're all great channels. John Talks Star Wars. Oh, there's me. That's my first video. No, that's my second rant. I actually have a better rant. The first one's much angrier and much longer. So if you do want to watch my first rant on Matt Miller, I'll link that one in the description below. SC Reviews, awesome, good channel. Who is this one? The Good and the Bad podcast. I haven't seen them yet, but definitely check them out as well. They're probably a great channel if Itchy Bacca recommends them. That Star Wars girl, Anna, amazing channel. She is somebody I just bow to her knowledge of the expanded universe. She is your go-to Star Wars person for sure. Midnight's Edge After Dark. I'm a proud member of the Midnight's Edge After Dark podcast. But yeah, absolutely, go check out Itchy Bacca's vlog. And you know, here's the thing. Itchy Bacca is 1,000,000% absolutely right on this one. They have, like, anytime you see these sort of toxic shill media sort of articles, they always have the same five or six talking points. They say, oh, toxic fans. They refer to Kelly Marie Tran's fake Instagram attacks that actually didn't happen, that we've debunked time and time again. They do all these things. And we're tired of it. I get tired of hearing the same damn thing from these articles. And it is the same thing. Oh, you're a man, baby. You're toxic. You're racist. You're sexist. Change the record. I'm tired of that song. I'm tired of the same old song and dance for that. You know, find a new way to bash us, because, I mean, it's just getting old. It's getting so ridiculous. It's getting to the point where nobody takes you seriously. Even the people who are kind of not super on, you know, in the thick of it. Your casual, average sort of Star Wars fans are even sick of that. I'm like, yeah, we're tired. I keep hearing comments from people who aren't even Star Wars fans who watch my videos for other things, and they're like, yeah, we're tired of hearing the same old thing from these articles. They you know, do they have anything else they can say? Because it gets old just being called toxic and racist, sexist, man baby, basement dweller. You know, as a female, they always like to lump in, oh, it's all middle-aged white men. They don't care what women have to say about it, clearly. And it's just so infuriating and so frustrating. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section below. Also, go follow Itchy Bacca over on Twitter. I also have Twitter, but I will link my video in the description below, and the article for the Disney Star Wars is Dumb blog site. Go check that out, and I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye!